Hi everyone, how you doing? I can't stop thinking about robots, so I put this video together. But in a video I made last week, I said that Optimus robots won't necessarily replace everyone's jobs, but add to our output capabilities at an extreme level. Well, the comments came in thick and fast after that, and one particular really sparked a proper debate on X. You don't honestly believe they won't be used to replace human workers, surely? Well, yes. And no, but after a long hard think and a cup of tea, I posted this on X. They inevitably will replace workers over time, like every other technology that has come before them. They are tools, after all, useful extensions of human creation and exploration. Tax the bots, fund universal basic income, universal high income. Free humanity from the misery of work life to find greater meaning elsewhere. If robots are building the goods and services, that will drive down the costs to extreme low levels. What's the alternative? Don't progress into the unknown? Keep most people trapped in jobs they hate, where they can barely afford things anyway? We just need far greater organisation and productivity, and that could come in Optimus form. Now, following on from my post, let's tackle some of the excellent points raised in the comments below that, including a couple I replied to directly. First, people made the comparison to past technologies like the internet or factory automation in the 1970s and 80s. One commenter put it really well. The internet got rid of paperwork, drove efficiency, and created jobs we couldn't even imagine. Things like content creation and IT roles. The fear of mass unemployment faded and opportunities exploded. Exactly, who knew that something like YouTube would come about and allow millions of content creators around the world to actually talk about their passion and their hobby and make it into a job? All you need is a rubbishy old phone and a microphone. That's it. And then some good ideas to share with the world, and Bob's your uncle. Another compared it to excavators replacing hundreds of men with shovels. Progress doesn't mean evil, it means leverage. It's taken me a while to land on that view, but I do agree. History shows automation displaces some routine work, but grows the overall pie. Optimus, other robots and AI, they're not going to leave us all idle. They'll accelerate projects we can't even imagine today. Imagine robots building factories, houses, cities, spaceships, exploring space, or tackling big infrastructure that would be too costly or dangerous with only human labour. Here's a great thought-provoking comment left by Sean Brooker. One analogy I think about is building the pyramids. One of humanity's most amazing achievements, unless they were built by aliens, who knows. We could not build them today as the cost would probably be prohibitive for what would essentially be a vanity project. However, we could possibly build them in the future, if we wanted, with millions of Optimus robots, all charged with solar power. I'm not saying we should rebuild the pyramids, but it's an analogy for a large-scale project that could be feasible if we leverage AI and robots in the right way. I think that's such a great point. With free energy collected from the sun, powering robots, which are essentially free labour, anything could be built. Another commenter joked about needing meat-based supervisors, that would be humans then, for things like a Dyson Swarm or choosing the paint colour for a Tesla planned railgun on the moon. Spot on, we'll still need human oversight and creativity for years to come. On the practical side, a few of you pointed out the dull, dirty, difficult jobs that are already hard to fill in the world. Repetitive factory work, cleaning or hazardous tasks. Optimus could step into those dull, repetitive jobs first, easing labour shortages without immediately upending everything. On the one hand, it'll take time to ramp production to millions of truly useful humanoids, of course, but by then, I'd expect the hardware and AI that runs the bots' brains to be advanced enough to cover all sorts of meaningful work in many businesses and homes. But now to the core proposal, taxing the bots to fund UBI or universal high income, financially taking care of everyone's basic needs. The idea has been around for a long time, and it could potentially accelerate as robots produce more, meaning the costs of goods and services become dramatically cheaper. But that's the point. You wouldn't actually need much universal basic income if the cost of food, clothes, services, whatever, is provided by robot workers. Human work hours could drop as the need to work for basics diminishes. Here's another point. We've always taxed human workers on the value they provide. Bots should perhaps be treated similarly, with governments focusing more on the distribution of that extra wealth. If productivity soars because of Optimus, the economic abundance should benefit everyone, not just a few. So if you don't like the idea of robot workers, what's the alternative exactly? Resisting progress just to keep people stuck in jobs that they dislike and scraping by? Do you not find it pretty dystopian right now? As pretty much every couple I know, both partners work full time just to keep up with the bills. The most important job in the world, being a full-time mum, has become far rarer, replaced by paid childcare, while families try to cover today's high costs. 50 years ago, a single man's wage was often enough for a mortgage, a car, all of the bills, and still have something left for a caravan in Skegness. Now it takes 2 full incomes for many to manage even with the basics, and that's without even discussing getting on the property ladder these days. But that's exactly why Optimus matters. Tesla's aiming for production later this year with ambitions for high volumes soon after. If these robots can dramatically boost productivity and bring down the real cost of housing, energy, goods and services someday, we could finally ease the pressure and give families more genuine choice again. Of course it's going to take a while to get there, but I think it's the right direction, don't you? Not everyone's fully on board, and that's totally fair. There's lots of unknowns, but one comment said that people get real purpose from even dull jobs, and taking that away with universal basic income might leave a void, especially if they're not the most imaginative types. I replied that if someone truly hates their job, would they still turn up after winning the lottery? Most would not. The purpose is often tied to the paycheck and the routine more than the task itself. My dad is a great example of this. He's been retired for years now after decades of work doing a job he very much enjoyed. But now he's busier and happier than ever with his family, with volunteering, gardening, exercise, holidays. Freed from the grind, most people do find ways to fill time meaningfully. History backs this. When basic survival pressures lift, humans adapt and create. The challenge isn't protecting every repetitive job role forever, it's building a society where people can discover what they actually enjoy or excel at. The real tragedy, in my view, is those that sacrifice their most capable years in a job that they hate for the dream of retirement someday. That someday sometimes never comes. That is the ultimate tragedy, dying alongside your dreams. Perhaps in the future, there could be some guidance towards voluntary work or community roles that would help recognise people's natural skills and talents. Whether that's somebody being a naturally good people person who might enjoy looking after the elderly or the young, for example, or makers and fixers who would love nothing more than to have the time and supplies to improve their local community. Adding value to society somehow is the key ingredient to a happy, fulfilling life, and that doesn't need to be taken away just because we have a robot army doing the vast majority of the boring work. As for taxing the bots, some viewers were sceptical in the comments. One pointed out that governments might not spend the money wisely. They could just use it for debt, the military or other priorities instead of universal basic income. Politicians looking after themselves is a fair concern. We see it all the time. A robot tax isn't a magic fix. It needs to be designed carefully so it doesn't slow down innovation or get gamed. The aim is to simply smooth the transition without stifling the benefits. One comment summed up the long-term view nicely. There may be short-term pain during adjustment, but ultimately it's about creating sustainable abundance. Costs drop, new possibilities open, from rebuilding ambitious projects to solving bigger problems. So to wrap up, yes, Optimus and robots like it will replace some human labour over time. That's not denial, it's realism, I guess. But just like every other tech shift before, it can free us from drudgery rather than take away our value and meaning, provided we organise properly through taxes that recapture some gains, support for workers during transitions, and make policies that spread the benefits. How hard can it be? I'm excited about where this heads, even if it's a bit apprehensive making in the short term. The comments showed a great mix of optimism, caution and fresh ideas, so thanks to everyone who engaged with my video. But what do you think? Share your thoughts below. Do you agree with taxing bots for universal basic income, or is there a better way? Do you have concerns that I didn't cover? Let me know and I'll try to address more in future videos. If you're new here, do subscribe for more on Tesla news and Optimus as it develops. I'm Will, this is the Tesla Jigsaw. Thank you patrons. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.